Hello and welcome to the Film Pulse podcast. This is episode number 239. I'm your host, Adam Patterson. Joining me today, Kevin Rakestraw. How are you?
I am doing well.
Awesome. Is it snowy there?
Yeah, and it's ridiculously cold.
Yeah, same here. It's like 20 degrees, snow. It's a mess.
Bullshit. It's just a bunch of bullshit outside.
Good weekend to stay in and watch some movies. This week on the show, we'll be looking ahead to the releases of 2017, talking about some of our most anticipated releases of the year, maybe throwing in some predictions there. What we think is going to be good, what we think is going to bomb.
Wow, I didn't know we were doing predictions. Whew.
Well, I mean, I figured we could sprinkle them in. You know, because there's some pretty high-profile movies that are coming out that I'm sure are not on your list, are not on my list, but bear mentioning.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
We'll see. We're just going to try to put out the feelers and see how this year in cinema is going to fare. Remember, you can join in on the conversation by sending us an email, podcast@filmpulse.net, or sending a tweet to @filmpulsenet. Now, before we jump into the predictions, Kevin, you may not know this, but as of this recording, Film Pulse is celebrating its 5-year anniversary.
What?
We've been around for 5 years, folks.
Nuh-uh.
Yep. So by the time
who's your source?
Myself.
Oh, okay. I guess
I knew it was January. I knew it was early January, so I went back and looked to see when our very, very first article was published.
Oh boy.
On the site, and it was January 8th. So by the time you're listening to this, it would have been yesterday. It was our 5-year anniversary. I just want to take a moment to thank everyone who has visited the site, sent us comments, listened to the podcast over the years. It's been an incredible journey. I want to thank all of the filmmakers who've reached out to us and have talked to us over the years. I mean, we really had an opportunity to meet some really incredible people, and I didn't expect that. I didn't expect us to be able to speak to some filmmakers and some really talented artists that I never thought that I would talk to.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that it's truly a gift to be able to speak to some of these really creative people. And same goes for the publicists. I mean, I don't think people will thank publicists enough, but they really help in situations like that. They really help facilitate things. You know, they really bend over backwards to try to accommodate you. Like when we went to South by Southwest and took Ryan, I mean, every year that Ryan goes to South by Southwest, all of the publicists that are there do everything within their power to accommodate his needs with getting him into the screenings and stuff. And I just think it's fantastic. I really love being able to work within this industry.
They definitely make that whole process a lot easier.
Absolutely. And I want to thank you, Kevin, for sticking with it for this long. I'm so surprised that you're still around, honestly.
Well, thank you for putting up with my flakiness.
It's okay. It comes with the territory.
You knew what you were getting into.
Ryan's not on this episode, but I want to thank him too from afar. He's been a trooper just every single week. I mean, even weeks where I don't have a movie picked out for him and I'm thinking that's not going to happen, he's just always like, got a movie for me? I mean, he's just right there willing to go the extra mile. And I want to thank all of our writers, past and present. We've had a lot of really great people writing for the site over the years, and I just want to thank everybody that's contributed to the site. And it's really impressive, and it's very humbling to have such a really great crew of people working for this site, just basically as volunteers.
Yeah.
So I look forward to another half decade at the site. We're not going anywhere.
Oh, really? We're going to do another 5 years?
Why not? I'll just do it forever. I don't have any plans on stopping. The only thing that could stop us is the crippling financial burden that the site puts on me. If you want to help alleviate that financial burden, you can become a subscriber for just $1 a month at patreon.com/filmpulse. Figured I'd put in a plug there. Patreon.com/filmpulse. There's another plug. Let's get on with the show. I thank you all once more from the bottom of my heart. It's been a great ride so far, and here's to another the continuing journey
Man,
of this site.
5 years of this.
We're gonna be old men doing this, Kevin. We're gonna be old and crotchety, and instead of complaining about movies, we're gonna spend most of the time complaining about aches and pains. And
I can do that now.
there's gonna be a lot more.
Or
There's gonna be a lot more noises coming from us. A lot more bodily noises.
clearing throats and whatnot.
Lots of like guttural sounds
Oh
emanating.
yeah. Oh, it's exciting. Can't wait.
Yeah. All right. Most anticipated movies of 2017. Well, let's start with you.
Oh, we're just going straight to me, huh?
Yeah, we'll start with you. What is your now on mine? Do you have yours? Do you have yours
Got a list.
ordered in any way?
Nah, not really. I mean,
Okay,
I have
because
some that
I
I'm like super psyched about, and then other ones
okay,
that are just kind of of interest.
all right, because I don't really have mine ordered either.
Nice.
So, all right, let's do it. What do you have for your first one?
I have my first one is the new film by Andrew Dasumu called "Where Is Kyra?"
Oh
With
yeah.
yeah, and it's got everyone from his last film, Mother of George. So it's got Bradford Young doing cinematography, and it's got Darcy Picoult doing the screenwriting. And the first thing that got me super psyched is that I was a little bit worried that Bradford Young was maybe getting too big, getting a little bit too busy, doing Star Wars movies and doing Arrival and stuff like that, that he wouldn't have time to work with Susumu anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently that's not the case. So that
Good.
has me excited. And then second, I'm interested in this one because it's the main character is played by Michelle Pfeiffer.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully that's a good role for her. And it's also got Kiefer Sutherland in there.
Love Kiefer.
But to someone who usually his stories are usually about Africans living in New York City, so it's going to be kind of interesting to see him doing a narrative that's focused on a white woman.
Yeah.
See how that plays out. So that might be my most anticipated of the year.
My list, I have a feeling that my list is going to be a lot different than yours because when it comes to these releases, I really only know the big ones, like the biggies. There's so many releases where it's like I know that that's like Alex Ross Perry's new movie. Like I know that's
Yeah,
coming out, but I don't know if it's going to be this year. It's premiering at Sundance, but I don't
yeah.
know if it's going to be actually out this year. So movies like that, I don't,
Well,
I
then,
don't.
and I think I also have some that were like showed up on people's best of 2016. I'm thinking like, oh, I finally get to see it now. Like I don't know
Well,
because a
that's
lot of
fine.
people put festival titles on there, and it's like, is it actually going to come here at some point in time? I don't know. Who knows? But these are the movies that I'm excited for that I
Yeah,
hopefully get to see in 2017.
why not? Why not put that on there? You know, my probably I don't know if it's my number one. It's definitely up there for me, and that's Alien Covenant.
I'm pretty
Uh,
excited about that one as
as
well.
most of you know, I'm a huge Alien fan. I love the series, and having Ridley Scott go back and do a proper Alien movie now that the trailers, the teaser's out now, and it looks like it's gonna really kind of go back to the original style of the Alien movies, very dark and very kind of gothic and very exciting. I like the cast.
Yeah, the cast is good. The other thing I like about Alien, for me personally, is because with this movie coming out, I'm going to revisit because it's been so long. Seeing,
Revisit the
yeah,
original.
yeah, revisiting the original, and probably I'm going to try and squeeze in the other ones too, which that has me excited. The prospect of doing that.
Yeah, I can endlessly rewatch the Alien movies, especially one and two. I mean,
It's
they're just so good.
it's been so
But
long.
May 19th, Alien Covenant comes out, and I'm really hopeful. I'm not. I'm keeping some reservations because I know. I mean, Ridley Scott's track record. He's known for fucking stuff up. So
Yeah,
I'm
correct.
cautious about it, but I'm still just beyond excited. So Alien Covenant's probably my number one.
Okay, that's a decent number one to have. Man, I hope that's not a bad movie.
I
That
know,
would
I
suck.
know.
That would suck so much. I have another, I guess, American indie, and that would be Catfight, which is the newest film for Honor Tuchel, which is Sandra Oh and Anne Heche just going at it at a glamorous event, which
Yeah, I read
also
about this one a little bit.
has Alicia Silverstone and Titus Burgess. Which I noticed something going through, like trying to pick out films and stuff for 2017. This might be a prediction right here. Alicia Silverstone,
Comeback?
a comeback in 2017,
Hmm.
because her name was popping up in a couple of titles. I was like, I guess she's back. Maybe she never really went anywhere. I don't know.
I think she
But
was doing some TV stuff.
I haven't really seen her in a lot.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a pretty bold prediction. Let's see. Next on my list, I have Get Out. That's
this is also on my list.
The Jordan Peele.
You thought our lists were going to be different.
Well, I think we're going to have some overlap, certainly.
Yes.
I think you're going to mention a lot of movies that I'm not aware of.
Well, that's good. That's what we want.
Yeah, absolutely. February 24th, this is the Jordan Peele directed horror film. I think it's about racism, and it looks awesome.
Yeah, he visits his girlfriend's cursed estate.
And they're all... I love that scene in the trailer when he first arrives and he's just looking around and everybody's white, like as far as the eye can see. It's just like, wait a minute.
I also love that it's Keith Stanfield.
Mm-hmm.
Which hopefully there's more. We get to see more Keith Stanfield in the coming years.
Something tells me
that's another prediction. More Keith Stanfield. I guess it's not really a prediction. It's just something that I want. Make that happen.
You're hopeful for. Well, fortunately, Get Out comes out quite soon, and I think that people are going to be surprised with that one because I'm sure with Jordan Peele's name being attached, they're going to think that it's going to be this, Key and Peele.
Yeah.
Goofy thing, and I don't think it's going to be that. I think there's going to be certainly comedy in there, but I think by and large it's going to be pretty much a straight up psychological horror movie, and that's what has me excited.
Yes, it should be interesting, no doubt. My next one is one that's been out for a while, but it finally got picked up for distribution, and that's Ma by Celia Ralston Hall. So I finally get to see. I've been wanting to see this for like the last 2 years, I think, and then finally got picked up by Factory 25. So finally making my dreams come true.
Cool.
So and I think the last thing that she worked on, she was in Ian Clark's A Morning Light, and she was also a movement consultant for the movie The Fits. So it's like a modern day envision of Mother Mary's pilgrimage. So kind of on the experimental side.
Interesting.
It's got me psyched.
I'm excited for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Come on now.
I'm sure this isn't on your list.
What other podcast has...
Could you follow up Ma with Guardians of the Galaxy 2 Volume 2? I just think it looks awesome. The trailer got me really excited for it, and I really enjoyed the first one. I know you weren't big on it, but I had a lot of fun with the first one, and I'm really, really excited for the next one. Just thinking about the trailer makes me chuckle to myself.
I haven't seen the trailer for this. I guess mostly because I just don't really have an interest.
This is on the top of a lot of 2017 most anticipated lists.
Well, it's not on mine.
Good. It'd be boring if it was on yours. What's your next one?
Oh, what do I follow up Guardians of the Galaxy? I have this is something that we were kind of discussing a little bit earlier. I'm excited for the movie Raw.
Oh, that's on my list too.
Which is that one's I think that was popping up on some people's best of 2016 list.
Yeah, that was that played Fantastic Fest and Sundance.
Yeah, which I've heard nothing but good things. The
poster.
The poster is fantastic. The plot line of this, where a vegetarian gets hazed and becomes a bit of a cannibal. Yes, please, I'll take that.
Yeah,
sounds interesting to me. So, and then again, that's just another thing where it's like people have been, you've seen it everywhere, and it's just like, finally, let me see this movie.
Yep, totally agree. Very excited for Raw. I have John Wick 2 on my list.
That would also be on my list.
This comes out soon, too. This comes out February 10th. This is one where I feel like it could go sideways. Like this might not be good, but I
I
want it to be good so bad.
I have a
And
feeling that it's not going to be that good. It's definitely
I
not
don't
going to
I don't
be.
think it's going to stand up to the first one because
No.
the first one was sort of a lightning in a bottle thing. Like none of us went into that movie expecting it to be that good.
Yeah.
And now that we know who John Wick is and what that movie's all about, I think maybe there's going to be some
Yeah, because that's the problem now. It's now you have expectations.
and also one of the interesting things to me about John Wick was that it took place in this sort of fully realized world that we don't know a whole lot about. Because when it starts off, you're just like, oh, well, it's just kind of
Yeah, yeah.
modern day. But then once you introduce like the hotel and how there's this whole underworld, this like kind of almost fantasy underworld thing happening with it, you're just like, oh, this is interesting.
See, and that's the issue with two is how are they
Exactly.
going to handle that? Are they going to try and explain too much of that and it's going to get bogged down
Yes.
or
I think that's what's going to happen. I think that they're going to dive more deeply into that world, and I think that it's going to not I think it's going to not ruin it, but it could kind of make it dilute it a little bit.
yeah.
Because that was part of the interesting thing about the first one was the mystery. But, you know, I guess it's kind of a double-edged sword because you're by the end of John Wick 1, you're yearning for more. You want to know more about this world that they live in, but should you, you
Yeah,
know?
do you really want to know how the sausage is made?
Exactly. So I'm hopeful that it's going to be good, but I'm not going to be all that surprised if it's not.
Yeah. You just want it to entertain you at the end of the day though. At
Yeah, definitely.
least give you that. Follow up John Wick 2 with Person to Person, new one from Dustin Godiva. So he had a short film called Person to Person, which had Benny Cooper Smith in it, which was fantastic. One of my favorite shorts ever. So I guess this is just him kind of extending that into a feature. So it's got Michael Cera, Abby Jacobson, Philip Baker Hall, Benny Cooper Smith is back, Frank Mosley, Buddy Dress, Isaiah Whitlock, David Maloney, and Eleanor Hendricks. And you got cinematography from Ashley Connor. So that one is pretty high up on my list too.
I think that's going to be at Sundance, if I'm not
It
mistaken.
is. It is going to be at Sundance.
Get some emails about that one. Yeah, that one definitely has me excited as well. I'm excited for Annihilation, the new Alex Garland film.
I am also interested in this film.
Natalie Portman I think it's about a biologist that goes to this crazy island. I think it's based on a novel.
Yes, by Jeff
And
Vandermeer.
yeah, so I'm pretty sure that this is coming out this year. No release date on it, but very
Oh,
excited for it. I loved
it's,
Ex Machina, so
it's even got Tessa Thompson in there too. Nice. And for Jason Lee, Oscar
yep,
Isaac.
yep.
Man, that does
That
sound pretty good.
I think that's going to be a good one.
Hopefully. What do I have? I have another film that's going to be shot by Ashley Connor, and that's the Miseducation of Cameron Post, which is the new film from Desiree Akhavan.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to have Grace Moritz alongside Sasha Lane already getting work.
Get more work.
About a young girl forced into gay conversion therapy. So
Yeah, very interested in this one.
I see how Akhavan follows up the old sophomore feature.
That's the big one.
That's the
That's for all the cabbage.
all of it, all the cabbage.
I have Logan.
Logan.
I'm really excited for this one.
This is fun. This is fun going back and forth.
I'm
It's such an odd list.
it is. So excited for Logan. Supposedly Hugh Jackman's last role as Wolverine. This comes out March 3rd. There were some not test screenings, but little preview screenings where press got to see, I think it was like 20 minutes of the movie, and they all said it was fantastic and very violent. So I'm very much looking forward to it. I heard that I also read that he took a huge pay cut to ensure that the movie was rated R. Like he volunteered to cut because he really believed that the final entry should be more darker, more gritty, more violent than the other ones. But yeah, I'm beyond excited for Logan. I think it's going to be really, really good.
I hope for your sake.
Are you interested in all? I mean,
Uh,
I don't understand how you can see that trailer and not be like, okay, this looks interesting.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like I'm worn out with Wolverine. I mean, I don't even like Wolverine to begin with.
Oh God.
He's not a big. I mean,
Ah, Jesus.
I think like Cyclops is the number one guy that I hate in X-Men, and
Well, yeah,
Wolverine might be like
obviously.
two,
Number two hated Wolverine. Are you kidding me?
maybe,
God,
just
probably,
maybe.
I could probably come up with like 100 X-Men characters that I hate more than Wolverine.
It's like an oversaturation with Wolverine. I think
Because he's
that,
the most popular. He's the
yeah,
most popular, so you hate him.
I think that's the problem.
Hmm, that's a shame. All right, what's your next one?
I actually have a big one that to follow your big one, and that's the new Blade Runner 2049.
That's on my list.
Because you got Deakins doing cinematography, and you got Johan Johansson doing the score. Which,
Villeneuve directing.
oh boy, the only thing, the only like detriment that I see is Jared Leto being in there. But I think that they can make it work despite him.
I think they'll make it work. I'm just hoping that it doesn't cause me to fall asleep within the first 20 minutes like the original Blade Runner does every time I attempt to watch it.
Well, I think that's like it'd be nice to have a good Blade Runner because Blade Runner's not good. So I hate that movie.
That's one of those opinions that you and I are in complete agreement on, but we definitely go against the grain on that one.
We're in the minority.
Yeah.
It's not a good movie. Just don't get it. I don't get the Blade Runner love.
I think it's the world building that people love.
I mean, yeah, I'll give it that. It is good in that arena.
Because the visuals in that movie are, even when you watch it today, they look incredible. I find it to be, for some reason, I find that movie to be dreadfully boring.
I'm with you.
I cannot stay awake for that movie. I've seen it multiple times, and I don't know. I have Friday the 13th on here. I know that this is probably not going to be any good, but I love Friday the 13th. It's probably my favorite horror franchise, certainly my favorite slasher, and the new one is coming out October 13th, and I'm just hoping that it'll be good. I don't expect it to be good, but I'm really hoping.
I love that a lot of the stuff on your list, you're like, it's not going to be good.
Well, these are my predictions too. I'm folding them in. I'm folding them all in.
It is like how you're most anticipated. You're like, they're not going to be good.
That's my prediction. I mean, we're always let down by movies every year. The big ones, at least. You know, the hype gets to me, and I
Yeah.
get excited for them, and then ultimately I'm let down.
I just love how you're tempering your expectations well in advance.
Well, with this one certainly, and there's a couple other
I
ones
didn't
on
even
my
know
list
that there was
too.
a new one.
Yeah,
How many are
it's in the works. How many?
If I were to sit down and say I'm going to watch the Friday the 13th series, how much time would I have to devote to that? How many titles?
I think there's 11 of them.
Okay, I'm not
I
going
think
to
this
do
is
that.
number 12, maybe. It might even be 13.
I'm not
Because
going to do
I'm
that.
pretty sure
then.
Jason X was the 10th entry, and then there was a reboot, and then this one. So I think it's the 12th, but it could also be the 13th. I might be missing one in there.
It's a lot of Fridays.
Yeah, I did few years ago. I did a marathon where we watched the entire series up until Jason X over the span of 2 days or 3 days. I mean, it was just all day Friday the 13th. It was amazing.
Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. My next title is Tormenting the Hen, which is the new film from Teddy Koltos, which has me pretty excited. Big fan of his work.
I have Dunkirk,
Dunkirk.
New Nolan.
I saw the trailer for this, and I think I fell asleep during the trailer.
The first trailer that they came out with, the first little teaser that's like 10 seconds long, was amazing. The second teaser that they came out with, the longer one that you saw, probably was not as great, but I'm still really excited for this. I think that Nolan doing a war movie is going to be interesting, like a big war movie.
But I think also after this, moratorium on World War II. Like, let's
Is it
just
World War II? I thought it was
yeah.
World War One.
Nah, it's World War II.
Is it?
Yeah. Let's stop. Let's take a little break.
Yeah.
We can
Well,
come back. We can come back into it in like 2019, 2020 maybe. What do you say?
I agree.
I know for whatever reason, Dunkirk just isn't. I know, and I'm wondering if it is the World War II thing, because I'm kind of at that point now where you say World War II, and I immediately start sleeping.
I'm getting there with westerns
Yeah, with
too.
the
I'm
Western
starting
remake.
I'm starting to get there with the westerns. They need to cool it on the westerns.
Calm it down with the westerns, guys.
I agree. There's a lot of World War II movies, but I haven't seen one in quite a while, so
That's true.
I don't mind. It's like I didn't see Hacksaw Ridge.
Oh yeah, and it's funny because I just looked at my list, and my next film is has has World War II in there too.
Nice. Hypocrite.
Exactly, which is Mudbound from Dee Rees' newest film since. Well, I guess no, she did have Bessie in between Pariah and this one. So this is about two men having difficulty with life after World War II in Mississippi, dealing with racism. It's got Carey Mulligan, Jason Mitchell, Rob Morgan, Mary J. Blige. A big fan of Pariah, so
Nice.
look forward to Mudbound.
That one sounds good. Sticking with that, I have Star Wars Episode 8.
Oh, really? There's a new Star Wars.
Yeah, believe it or not, directed by Ryan Johnson.
Watch out.
Cinematography by your boy Bradford Young.
Oh my goodness. What a wonderful time.
Nothing more to
this-
say. We'll talk about this plenty in the weeks to come, but obviously I'm excited for it. I was a big fan of Rogue One. I liked Episode 7, so naturally I'm going to immediately go to this one.
Are they gonna like announce a subtitle for this one, or are they just sticking with?
They haven't yet.
Episode.
I'm sure they will, but because they all have subtitles, but I don't know.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, there is no subtitle yet.
Okay.
It doesn't come out till December 15th. I should also mention that Dunkirk comes out July 21st.
I like how you have the dates for these.
I do. I have the dates for almost any of them that have release dates, because I was like, you know what? I want to try to only put movies that I know are coming out this year.
2017, we're going to be professional. Well, at least you are.
And then Kevin's he's got these crazy festival movies that aren't going to be out for 5 years.
Oh, I hope not. I hope that's not how it works out. Yeah, like they never get picked up for distribution ever, which would be sad. Another movie, and again, this one. I guess it should. I guess I could just click on the release dates on IMDb and make sure. But another one I'm pretty excited for is Colossal, which I don't.
It's coming out this year. That's on my list.
Good, because I'm pretty stoked about that.
I read some mixed things about it. I read some good things and some bad things, but overall, I'm very excited, and I still want to like the movies of Nacho Vigalondo. And
it's got an interesting cast. The idea sounds interesting. It should be good.
The thing that I'm a little hesitant about is that I think it's supposed to be some sort of metaphor for alcoholism, and this is something that I feel like that's been done to death. And I'm just kind of tired of that whole thing where it's like, oh, well, a big monster or a ghost or something is representing addiction. And it's like, come on. Why can't it just be a fucking monster? Why does it have to have some sort of big symbolism behind it?
We'll just ignore the metaphor. You know what I mean? Like, be the author of the film.
I tried to do that.
It's a monster. It's just a monster.
There was a movie that came out earlier this year. It came out maybe a month ago. It was called A Monster. It was the one with what's her name? Zoe Kazan.
Yeah.
And I knew that was one of those going into it, so I tried to do that. I tried to separate it, but there's just no way. Like, it was just so apparent and in your face. I was just like, I can't avoid this.
Just rock back and forth and be like, it's just a monster.
And the worst thing is the movie wasn't even bad. It was a pretty good movie, but just for me, I was just so tired of that shtick.
Yeah. It's always got to represent something. It's got to be representative. Some sort of struggle.
I mean, even Under the Shadow, like, even that one got under my skin a little bit about. I mean, it wasn't addiction, but still.
Yeah, I hear you. Another title, which I don't really know too much about this one, and God knows if it's going to come out in 2017, but I'm hoping it does. That's Greek Yogurt, which is the newest from Nandin Rao. Don't really know too much. All I know is it's got Ian Clark doing the editing, and it also has the two guys from his other feature, Hawaiian Punch. The two guys that were featured in that are in this one as well. So hopefully I get to learn more about that one. But that one has me pretty excited.
I have A Cure for Wellness. This is the upcoming Gore Verbinski one.
Yeah, that's a messed up trailer.
Yeah, that's what has me excited about it. Very, very into this one. Comes out February 17th, so that one's pretty close.
Right around the corner.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited for that one too. It at least has piqued my interest. I'll say that.
I like the visual style of that one, where it's even it almost looks like it's set in some sort of near future, but the wellness center or whatever looks like some kind of crazy 50s sanatorium or something.
With that title, I always think of that other movie, which I can't remember the title of.
The Road to Wellville.
Yes.
With Matthew Broderick.
Yes.
Bridget Fonda.
Oh God, they used to play with Comedy Central all the time, and I never understood why.
That was a weird movie. That was a very odd movie.
I never found it to be funny.
Well,
I remember watching it numerous times, just like trying to find the comedy, because it baffles me. It's a film that baffles me.
That's a movie that doesn't really play well on TV because it's very R-rated, that movie.
Oh, really?
And yeah, so I imagine that there were significant cuts.
Maybe that's why it's so baffling to me. If I saw like the way it was intended,
I would not bother. I don't think it's going to be that much funnier.
Well, I don't know. This guy on IMDb says very funny screwball comedy. So,
well, no, I guess we need to go by what that guy says. Road to Wellville is one of the best comedies ever.
Back in 2004, that's what he thought of it. So maybe it's time to revisit The Road to Wellville. Well, we already kind of hinted at this movie, and that's Golden Exits, the new one from Alex Ross Perry.
I'd be surprised if it could come out this year, I guess.
He's a big enough name that he's getting kind of quick turnarounds on his films now.
Yeah. I'm excited for it.
Because like the chart on him, the bar on my bar graph that I have in my mind, it's traveling down with Alex Ross Perry.
Yeah, same here.
This one just puts a kink in that and starts going back up.
There was a little tick up for his role in the movie Joshi.
Okay.
He didn't write it or direct it or anything. He was just acting in it, but I was a big fan of that. So.
It was enough to tick it up a little bit?
Little notch.
All right.
I have Kong Skull Island.
Watch out.
Pretty excited about this one. I didn't think I would be. I'm not a huge King Kong fan. I wasn't a big fan of the Peter Jackson one, but this one definitely piques my interest. I like the visual style of it. I like
I gotta watch Tom Hiddleston again.
I like, yeah, you do.
Damn it.
You were just raving about the Night Manager.
I know, but he's the worst part of that.
Isn't he the Night Manager?
Yeah, he is. It sucks. I gotta look at him the whole time.
I'm very excited for Skull Island. I think it's going to be cool. I like that it's set in the 70s. It's got Sam Jackson in it, John C. Reilly.
John Goodman.
Yeah, John Goodman.
Brie Larson.
All about that cast.
Shea William in there?
Yep.
All right.
March 10th. Mark it down.
One to look forward to. I have 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri, which is the newest one from Martin McDonagh, which is Frances McDormand taking on a police department after her daughter is murdered. And it also has Sam Rockwell, Woody Harrelson, Peter Dinklage.
Ooh.
So, oh boy.
That one sounds good.
I'm pretty stoked about that.
What's up with that title, though?
And that's the thing that I was like, wow, they're going to let him keep that title?
I feel like that's got to be a working title. There's something tells me that's going to get a change.
I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that they let him keep that.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that title. That might be a nominee for worst title of the year.
Kind of like it. I'm interested in these 3 Billboards. I'm already thinking, like, what could the 3 billboards be?
I guess I am interested, but still, why don't you just call it Three Billboards?
Maybe that's what they'll whittle it
That's
down to.
more that's more mysterious because it's like what? Three billboards? It's a Francis McDormand getting revenge on the
But I don't know. I like the
police.
specificity of outside of Ebbing, Missouri, because you're already telling me where it's at. I know that it's in Missouri now. Even more so, I know it's in Ebbing, but it's like going just outside of Ebbing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, I feel bad for whatever town that they are in.
yeah, because
Because
they
you
don't even
wouldn't
get
say
yeah, they're not even good enough to get called out directly. It's just outside of Ebbing. So Ebbing
it's
is apparently better than this place.
it's like all the times when people ask me what town I grew up in, and I say it's just above Baltimore.
Dude, is that how you answer?
A lot, yeah.
Oh God.
I have Ghost in the Shell on my list. March 31st. Again, this is one that I'm hoping is going to be good. Definitely from the trailers, I'm kind of into it. I was a big fan of Ghost in the Shell. I'm not a super fan of Ghost in the Shell like a lot of people. I remember liking the movie. However, I haven't seen it in so many years that I remember very little. Fortunately, they are re-releasing the movie, the animated movie on Steelbook. There's a Steelbook Blu-ray coming out, and I believe they're sending me a copy. So I'm gonna hopefully refresh myself with the animated movie. But I'm pretty excited for this one. I'm hoping that it's gonna be good. It at least looks visually appealing. But again, tempering
Finally, finally have
tempering the
to
expectations.
watch that anime. I think that's something I want to do this year too.
More
Watch some
anime?
Yeah, watch some
I
more
would like to
anime.
do that too. Maybe we can
Try and
do something with
get
that.
get a little more focus on the anime there. There's a shit ton of anime though. But I
Absolutely.
think that's the thing that keeps me at arm's length right now, is because it seems a bit overwhelming. There's just far too many titles
Yeah.
to try and pick one. Maybe I'll just rewatch Fully Cooley instead.
There you go. Samurai Champloo. Did you watch that one?
Bits and pieces of it, yeah.
One of the things, it's funny that you mentioned this because just the other day I was thinking to myself, I'm gonna start watching Cowboy Bebop, and because
Yeah,
I've seen tons of those, but I never like sat down and just
fully got into it.
watched the whole series. Like I've
Yeah, I
seen
remember
maybe a
we used to
handful.
watch that. That was a pretty good show.
Great show, yeah.
Solid stuff.
It's the
Solid stuff.
same guy that did Cowboy Bebop did Samurai Champloo. I think you would like Samurai Champloo. Very interesting.
I think I do remember liking what I did see. I think I might have only seen like 2 or 3
That one's you have to watch it from the beginning because it is
from the
uh,
outset.
yeah, because it's an overarching story.
Okay.
Next on your list.
Next on my list is the killing of a sacred deer.
Okay.
That Lanthimos
Yeah. Yeah.
teenager trying to bring a surgeon into his dysfunctional family. Man, wonder how that's gonna play out.
Probably hilarious and weird. This one's on my list as well. I'm always
Yeah.
down for some Lanthimos.
And guess who's in that? Alicia Silverstone. See?
Oh, really?
Yep.
Interesting.
Watch out. You're Silverstone.
Quite interesting. I have Baby Driver on my list. This is the new Edgar Wright film coming out August 11th.
What's this about? What's this whole thing about?
I don't
Tell me a
know.
little bit about this Baby Driver.
I don't know anything about it.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to know anything about it. All I need to know is that it's Edgar Wright, and that's it. Edgar Wright, I'm on board.
Stacey, John Hamm, Jamie Foxx, Ansel Elgort.
I like him. According to the synopsis, after being coerced into working for a crime boss, a young getaway driver finds himself taking part in a heist doomed to fail. Kevin Spacey?
I think I said that.
Oh, did you? Sorry. Did you say Lily James?
I didn't say Lily James.
Did you say Flea?
I didn't say Flea. I didn't scroll down that far.
Okay.
Oh,
There you go.
watch that.
There's a couple
Flea.
more for you.
Is Flea making a comeback?
One could only hope.
Watch out.
After his performance in Dudes,
Hell yeah.
I want to see more Flea.
And Back to the Future 2.
Mm-hmm.
Underrated actor right there. The year of Flea and Silverstone. Calling it.
He is actually not bad. as an
No,
actor.
he's not. He's not.
He was in that one. He was in that one with. Was it called The Chase with Charlie Sheen? Anyway, what do you have on your list?
Yeah, you were right. He played Dale in The
Ah,
Chase.
yeah, I remember that.
Who could forget Flea as Dale in The
Oh,
Chase
well, I remembered it.
from 1994? Uh, the other one on my list is The Bad Batch.
That's on my list
Got,
too.
got ourselves another cannibal story. I guess cannibals are going to be a thing.
This one seems
2017.
interesting though because it's like a whole town of cannibals.
It's a whole
It's a
community.
community. It's a cannibal community.
Hell yeah.
This is the one from Anna Lily Amapour, the director of Girl Walks Home Alone at Night.
Got Jim Carrey, Giovanni Ribisi, Keanu Reeves. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know. Look, it's gonna be awesome. There's no release date for this one yet, unfortunately. But I have a
course.
strong feeling it's done. It's already been at festivals, so I have a strong feeling it's gonna be out sometime this year.
It's got to be coming out. I would just like to point out that I clicked on The Chase because it's a very generic title. I now know what this movie is, and I used to fucking love this movie.
Yeah, that's why I remembered because he used to play on TV a lot.
Yeah, that
And-
movie was the best.
Yeah,
I wonder if it holds up.
I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it.
I'm gonna have to give it a try. I think I'm gonna give it a try.
My next one is one that I'm still a little unsure of, but it's Ben Wheatley, so I'm gonna give it a shot. That's Free Fire.
This one looks like it could be fun.
The whole movie is one shootout in one location, and I
It
I
looks-
kind of like that idea.
Yeah, it looks like it could be a good time.
Yeah, it looks like it's kind of goofy and very 70s, and I think it'll be pretty fun. This comes out March 17th, so that one's pretty. We're pretty close to that one. I like the poster for that one a lot too.
Oh man, what do I have? What do I got? The new Matthias Pinheiro. Hopefully that will finally come out. But he has an issue of getting distribution in the US. But again, one of those films that I've seen on a lot of people's 2016s. So hopefully it comes our way.
I have Trainspotting 2.
Ooh.
This is probably up there, number one or number two, most anticipated for me. This comes out March 3rd in the UK. I don't know when it's coming out here,
Yeah.
but oh man, I am so excited for this. Trainspotting remains one of my all-time favorite movies. It's one of those movies that got me into loving film, and I know that Danny Boyle's he hasn't really been doing it for me lately, but this one I really can't wait.
Hopefully it works out. I hope it works out.
The thing that concerns me a little bit, and I hope that this is just because it's in the teaser trailer, is it looks like they're going back to a lot of the jokes that were so iconic in the original one and kind of replaying those jokes.
Oh boy.
So I don't know how that's going to work out, but I'm hoping that it's just because of it's the teaser and they're trying to get people amped up for the return of this movie. Because it's been, my God, how long has it been since the original one came out? 20 years?
49 years.
I feel like it's been at least 20 years.
I'm pretty sure it has.
But yeah, Trainspotting 2, or as they call it, T2 : Trainspotting. Not into that, but
That's a god awful title. Another movie that I have no idea if it's going to come out in 2017 is Dark Glasses, which is the new film by Claire Denis with Depardieu and Binoche. So hopefully, I think I'm setting myself up for disappointment. That
I think-
all my anticipated, none of them are going to come out.
I'm pretty sure that one's slated to come out this year.
It's just going to be me sitting sad, waiting for movies to come out, and they never do.
All right, I have Thor Ragnarok on here.
I knew you would.
Of course. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Thor movies. They were okay. They were fine. I enjoyed them enough. But
The only reason you're watching this one is because of the director, correct?
absolutely. Yeah,
If it
absolutely.
was anyone else, you'd be like, eh.
And I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't watching it a little bit because of the logo, the title logo, because it looks awesome.
Eh.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping it'll be cool. I think it's going to be interesting to see what Taika Waititi can do with a big comic book movie like this, and I'm hoping that his style bleeds through onto this.
I really hope that Thor is like in the middle of a battle and like some New Zealand kid just comes out and he has to take care of this New Zealand kid and they just go on fun adventures. That'd be great if that's where he took it. Like a 9-year-old New Zealand kid came out.
Do you want to see my Michael Jackson dance moves?
It was just those two. Him being Thor, carrying around that hammer, and just going on fun adventures.
I just want to see a lot of goofiness, a lot of crash zooms, a lot of silly stuff going on in this one.
And Loki keeps trying to like cause mischief and shit, but Thor's too busy with this kid, so he doesn't have any time to fight Loki.
The
So
synopsis came out this week, but I didn't read it. I don't know anything about it.
it's
I think it involves Thor and Loki actually having to team up for something, but I don't know.
damn
This
it.
comes out November 3rd.
I really hope it goes my way. I think My Way's a better movie.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure My Way's a better.
Maybe they'll do it that way.
I really hope so. I have nothing else on my list.
Okay.
Petered out there.
I have a few things here. I have Anti-Porno. This is the new Shion Sono movie.
I almost put this on my list.
Seems
Almost.
very strange. It comes out January 28th in Japan. I
Hmm.
have XX. I'm a little interested in. This is the female-led horror anthology
Yeah,
movie.
yeah. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, it comes out February 17th. I'm slightly interested in The Dark Tower. Comes out July 28th. That's the new Stephen King adaptation.
Ooh,
It's got a lot of really cool people in it.
Old
including-
West.
Yeah, yep. Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
What?
Yeah, Kingsman sequel. I was a big fan of the first
Yeah,
one. I'm an
you lost-
unabashed fan of the first Kingsman movie.
You lost your goddamn mind?
This comes out October 6th. All I know is Colin Firth is back, and that's all I need.
That's all you need?
Yep. I have The Masterpiece. This is the one with James Franco and Seth Rogen about the making of The Room, the Tommy Wiseau movie. This one just seems like such an odd movie, and I'm all about that. Directed by James Franco though, so
It's gonna
obviously
be garbage.
obviously
It's gonna be fucking garbage.
obviously tempered expectations. Death Note. This is the adaptation, the American adaptation of the anime. This is directed by Adam Wingard, so I loved the anime, so I'm really interested to see how we ruin it.
Ooh, Keith Stanfield. Watch out.
Goon Last of the Enforcers. I was a big fan of the original Goon, and I am very excited for this one. Jay Baruchel directed this one as well as wrote it, so this will be his directorial debut.
Okay.
How to Talk to Girls at Parties. This is the new John Cameron Mitchell. He's the director of Short Bus, which I was not a big fan of Short Bus, but this one seems interesting. It's about an alien that comes to Earth in the 70s. And yeah, it's with, I think Nicole Kidman's in it.
It's
And
not a Neil Gaiman story?
yeah,
What?
yes, it seems very odd. I'm interested in that one.
I was going by the title because I kept seeing it pop up everywhere, and I'm like, no, I'm
Yeah.
obviously not interested in that. But man, that sounds great.
Yeah. Mute. This is the new Duncan Jones one. It's coming out on Netflix this year.
Nice.
The one with Paul Rudd and Alexander Skarsgård. It's kind of a futuristic sci-fi movie. Quite interested in that. Brad's Status. This is the new Mike White film. I don't know too much about this one, except the synopsis, which is a father takes his son to tour colleges on the East Coast and meets up with an old friend who makes him feel inferior about his life choices. I just love that. It's with Michael Sheen and Ben Stiller. It's
Oh boy.
yeah. I feel like there's been a serious lack of Mike White in my life recently, so I'm excited for that.
You're hoping that this is going to fill the void for you?
Yeah, definitely. A Futile and Stupid Gesture. This is the National Lampoon biopic, the one that's directed by
Oh, yeah.
David Wayne. That's also going to be on Netflix. Really excited about that one as a lover of the National Lampoon. And a lot of really great people in it, too. I just want to see these actors portraying these other actors. I think it's going to be interesting to see, like, Joel McHale playing Chevy Chase.
Yeah. Yeah.
Finally, this is not. I'm not that excited for this one, but
Take it off your list.
it's called Bushwick. and
I'm
it's
I'm I'm mildly interested in this for one reason only, and that's because Aesop Rock does the score.
oh, that is interesting. I didn't even know that. This is
Yeah,
with Dave Batista, and it sort of sounds like almost a what you call it Red
the
Dawn
one.
situation,
Okay.
but it's instead of Russia, it's Texas. Like
Yeah,
Texas secedes from the United States, and a civil war breaks out, and this takes place in Bushwick, Brooklyn.
yeah.
So
Which man, Texas making its way the whole way up to Bushwick?
yeah, no,
I don't know about that.
it's an odd place for a battle. I have a number of friends that live in Bushwick, so I hope they're okay.
I hope it has
Uh,
a lot of very Bushwick centered comedy, little jokes. That'd be great.
like little in jokes that only people that live there will understand.
Only people in Bushwick will get.
Like various train delays and schedules and things like that.
Yeah, which like they really focus on that.
Yeah, like jokes about that one specific corner store and the cat that lives there.
Yeah, I really hope that that's the route they go.
I hope so too. A couple that are coming out that didn't make it anywhere close to my list, but I thought were interesting. There's an Animal Crackers movie coming
What
out.
the fuck
Yeah,
are
let's
you
go through
talking
the.
about?
Yeah, I was looking for movies to add, and I saw that there is literally an Animal Crackers movie that's coming
It's
out
about
this.
a family must use a magical box of animal crackers to save a rundown circus from being taken over by their evil uncle,
Yep.
Horatio P. Huntington. Are you fucking kidding me? John
There's
Krasinski,
yeah, there's some good people in it,
Emily Blunt,
but
Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito plays Chesterfield, which I really hope is the lion.
yeah,
Ooh,
maybe.
Sylvester Stallone plays Bullet Man.
Bullet Man?
Bullet Man.
I don't remember an animal cracker being in the shape of Bullet Man.
I hope that that's like a new one that they created just for the movie. It's just a bullet.
I just imagine that. Remember the Tick? There was a character called the Human Bullet, and like every episode, it was like a running gag where he gets in his can and he goes, "Fire me, boy!" and his son fires it and he just smashes into the wall.
I missed the tick.
I know, so do I. Well, they redid it. It's on Amazon. The
Oh
live
yeah.
action one. There's a new
Oh,
live action Tick.
I don't want live action.
No, neither do I. Come on. It's ridiculous. I have Stronger. This is the new movie by David Gordon Green.
No.
Yeah, this didn't make it on my list because it's about the Boston Marathon bombing,
Oh my goodness.
and it's about detectives trying to track down the perpetrator. And I read that and I'm like, didn't we just have a movie come out like a couple days ago about the same thing? And yeah, I don't know about that.
No. No.
And
No.
I'll end off on one Cult of Chucky, which was announced. It's a new Child's Play movie.
I figured that that would show up on yours.
Not it's definitely not on my most anticipated, but I'm curious to check it out. Don Mancini's back, writing and directing, so I'm hoping that it'll be cool. The thing that I like about the Child's Play movies is that they're not all great, but they definitely stick to their guns. They use very little CG. It's all still animatronics, actual puppets. They always have Brad Dourif come back as the voice of Chucky. There's certain things that they do with that series that I feel like they never fully sell out.
Gotcha.
So what are you thinking about 2017 overall?
This is like this is always my favorite time of the year. I gotta say because you're anticipating so many movies and there's so much excitement. And then you even know that on top of those movies that you're already excited about, there's going to be like 50 some
Well, yeah,
titles
I
that
was
you don't
gonna
even know about yet that you're going to
exactly.
get jazzed up about at some point in the year. And you haven't been disappointed by anything yet. So it's a good feeling.
Full of hope and optimism at the beginning
Exactly.
of the year.
Yeah. So it looks like it's going to be a pretty stellar year. I mean, every year is good. Let's be honest. I don't think there's ever really been a year where they're like, no good movies came out.
Yeah,
Damn,
I mean
that sucked.
these days when you have 9,000 movies coming out every year,
Yeah,
it's every year's a good year.
yeah,
I think
exactly.
it's like the same with video games these days. It's entered the same realm where you can't really say it was a bad year because there's always, at least 10, 20 gems that come out. And I think that 2015 was better than 2016, just for me personally, but 2017 looks to be a powerhouse. There's a lot of stuff. And I didn't even mention a lot of the big ones. Like, did I mention Spider-Man Homecoming? I think
No.
I didn't mention that one.
Damn it, I thought we'd get through an episode without talking about goddamn Spider-Man.
It looks great. I can't wait.
Spider-Man. It's fucking ridiculous.
So I think that 2017 is going to be fantastic, and these are just the ones that we know about. I mean, there's going to be, like you said, there's going to be a ton of movies like indies and things that come out under the radar.
Exactly, because you got all, just think of all the festivals where you're going to have all these first-time directors that no one really knows about yet right now.
Yep, and we're going to be covering Slamdance in just a couple weeks, and those are all first-time directors. So
you're going to find something in there.
And I got to say, so far from what I've seen of Slamdance, just the trailers that have been released and reading about some of the movies, this looks like a good year for indies too.
Oh yeah,
so
exciting time.
Yeah, definitely. All right, I think that's gonna do it for this week. Next week we'll be back to a normal format, and we'll be doing the watch lists and all of that stuff, reviewing some stuff. Until then, thank you so much for listening. You can send us your questions and topics to podcast@filmpulse.net. You can follow us on Twitter @FilmPulseNet and @FilmPulseKevin. And if you have a minute, take a look at our Patreon page, patreon.com/FilmPulse, and consider helping us out by becoming a subscriber. For Kevin Rakestraw, my name's Adam Patterson, and we'll see you next week.